You like games where you have like a lot of critters to make battle against each other? Is that part of your brain shaped like a famous yellow rodent too? Well, guess what I am making? I am Eirik, and I'm working on Active Toys, a roguelike creature battler game where you pay rent with your tournament's winnings. I did show some clips on my channel, but I never did a spoken devlog to explain the game. So now that I have a solid foundation, I will correct that. In the game, you will try your best in turn-based combat using plastic living toys against several opponents. Every turn, you may choose both a regular action with your toy in front, or use an extra action with any of your team's toy. Then your opponent will try to do the same. When performing an action, you will need to roll some dice. Each action has its own threshold value and you must not exceed, but you can roll as many dice as you can to reach that value. If you roll under the action threshold value, you deal that much damage or activate the effect of the action, while if you score higher, you whiff and skip your action. If you roll exactly the threshold value, you score a critical and additional effect may occur based on the chosen action. For example, take Blittle here. It has two actions. Its extra action, Wise Eye, allows to create a one-use temporary die with the fixed value of the roll made. But if you score a critical, you get 2 dice instead. Also, these dice are blessed, meaning that they will heal the toy using this. Its main action, Blessed Sphere, will deal the result damage instead and create a new blessed die on a critical, but this will need to be rolled. Also, the toy you bring will determine which die you can use in battle. In the case of Blittle, you can use 2 d4s and 1 blessed d4. How did I call all of this? I did a lot of experimenting during these years on how to make turn-based combat on Godot, and the final result is to keep it simple and keep it stupid. I structure all the data of the game in a resource file by defining all the fields required to make toys, action and dice. Then I make them work inside my almost 1.5k lines of code battle system file. I use resources as they are easy to edit in Engine and I can reference each other easily. In the actual code, I start the battle flow by showing the player UI and connecting the corresponding controls to the right function to prepare and execute the action. Then I check for any lose condition or victory condition whenever anything takes damage. If the enemy can still do any action, they will follow the same function to prepare and execute their action onto the player toys. The real goal of the game is to keep up with the ever-increasing rent. Each tournament will reward you with a prize pool, depending on how many opponents you defeated, and at the end of one or more tournaments you will have to pay rent. If your budget is lower than the bill you have to pay, you lose. If you pay every rent of the game, you win the game. I also install different items to power up both yours and the opponent's toy. I use resource for those as well, and they will be able to raise the toy's 8 points, damage, or add in a new action or dice to the critter. You will have to buy those, so you have to balance out your budget between the rent and the items. Right now I'm working on this version of the game. I did publish a first alpha, but it lacks almost everything of what I just described. To be sure not to miss it, follow me on itch.io, where I will update a demo with these changes and I will announce the Steam page for the project when it will be ready. If you have anything else you want me to see explained better about what you just saw, be sure to comment it out and follow me for more. Thanks and see you later.